I think I like Sqoon. I popped it in to record footage going, yeah, this will be a quick one. I was remembering Sqoon as a light submarine shooter without a whole lot of, depth. Accidental puns aside, as I was playing it, I wound up going, this is pretty good. Why doesn't anybody talk about how good Sqoon is? But that's why I'm here. We're actually given the story of Sqoon in-game. The invading Ototos have risen the sea level, flooding cities around the world. The Pentagon sends out an order to the submarine Sqoon to go out and destroy the aliens' ocean-raising machines. The basic gameplay is straightforward. It's a horizontal shoot-'em-up. You press A to fire torpedoes forward, and press B to drop what the manual assures me are ice balls. So it's another shoot-'em-up with a forward attack and a ground attack. And just like Xevious, there is a dynamic difficulty. The longer you stay alive, the tougher the enemies you'll face. So here's the reason why I think Sqoon doesn't get talked about much. All of the keys to playing the game aren't well communicated in the game itself. Take the fuel, for example. It starts at 60 and it counts down pretty quickly. Getting more fuel requires rescuing hostages, but it's not as simple as just picking them up. If you collect 9 hostages, then this base will show up, and you have to surface to dock with it. When you're docked, you have to mash the B button to unload your passengers. It's not an automatic process, and they don't go all the way onto the base with one button press. Once all 9 have been transferred, then the base drops this ball which will power up your primary weapon and refill your fuel tanks. But it can be a long time between hostages. You might run out of fuel well before that. In that case, keep an eye out for this crab. When you hit it with an ice ball, it turns into a gold bar for just a moment. You have to pick up the gold bar before it turns back into the crab, and if you have any passengers aboard the Sqoon, then the base shows up. Transfer just one passenger, and the base drops this fuel pod which refills your tank. One of the subtler tricks is that you can get that gold bar from the crab while you have no passengers, and then as soon as you collect a hostage, the base will show up. The hostages are all kept in these alien bases, and you'll have to bomb them to open them up. That causes all the hostages inside to spew out into the water, where you can pick them up. But they can also get eaten by these sharks that swim alongside you. The sharks don't affect the Sqoon, they just wait around and go for the hostages. There are 3 weapon levels for the Sqoon. The first upgrade makes your torpedoes go through targets, and the second one gives you a spread shot. After that, dropping off 9 passengers just gives you more fuel. Be careful about that too. It is possible to run out of gas while you're unloading all your passengers. I do kind of wish Sqoon had done more with the sunken city theme. You pass over one at the beginning of every level, but after that it's just seabed and the alien bases. At the end of the level you'll enter this minefield. The mines can get blown up by the ice balls. And then some levels have an alien fortification at the end. You can bomb bits of it, but really you just have to wait until everything starts moving again. Watch out for this sea cucumber at the start of levels. If you bomb it 8 times, it turns into a necklace that will give you a 1-up. But bombing it again turns it back to a sea cucumber. And at the start of the first level, keep an eye out for this church. Fly into the cross for a free 1-up. Irem never goes back to Sqoon, though they do go on to make several other great shoot-'em-ups for the Famicom. And they do eventually make another underwater shoot-'em-up. I've got to say, Sqoon is pretty good. It's got a fun power-up system that leans into the risk-reward. If you do wind up getting knocked down, it's not the end of the world since you can still shoot your way through the stage. It's pretty fast-moving too. I am a little bit worried that it might be too easy. I played for about an hour and got to the end of stage 4, and I'm pretty confident that if I stuck with it for a little while longer, I'd be able to beat this one. But considering how many games we've seen lately that are punishing rather than just challenging, I can't complain too much about Sqoon leaning into the fun.